Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back for the piping hot serving of deep dish and dairy, the show where we talk about sports, not food. Tyler, my friend, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well. Today was my Monday, getting back to work. But then tomorrow's my Friday because I go to Wisconsin on Thursday morning. So I'm in a pretty good mood. I only got a 2-day work week, so can't really beat that. Yeah. So other than that, I'm just ready to get on this vacation again already. I'm a freaking flyer right now. But how are you doing on this lovely hump day evening?
I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. Could, but won't. Won't complain.
There you go. I like it. Well, as always, we got a lot of football to talk about. This
Indeed.
weekend we had, for the most part, with the exception of a few head scratchers, most of the college games kind of were, the better teams who we thought would win would.
Yeah.
Except there were two top 10 upsets, and that was number nine, Texas. I think it's safe to say that they were frauds all along. They lost to Florida 29-21. Um, yeah, Texas season's basically shot. Arch Manning, two touchdown passes, two interceptions. Um, he's just not playing all that well. So I don't think he will be going to the NFL after this year. I know I've said that like these last couple weeks, but he will definitely be coming back to Texas next year. Um, but the biggest surprise, UCLA, who fired their head coach 2 weeks ago, got their first win of the year against number seven Penn State. So Penn State's now lost two games in a row, and this one,
Mhm.
the Oregon loss is one thing. To arguably one of the worst teams in the country, people were saying they didn't think UCLA was going to win a game all year, and now they just beat Penn State. Penn State, you are also frauds.
Pretty big for us too. That was an interesting game. I was like, how is UCLA? And the thing is that the score is actually kind of deceiving. UCLA was kicking their ass for like the
Yeah, this game
first
wasn't
couple
even this
quarters.
close. 42-37.
Yeah,
Um, the Penn State made it interesting because they scored 30 points in the second half. But yeah, for the majority of this game, it was like, oh, it's not a matter of is you can UCLA win. It's like it's a matter of how much are they going to win by because they're going to win this
yeah,
game.
yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
Pretty big surprise there. Illinois put up 43 points on Purdue. Got that win. They got a big showdown this weekend. Wisconsin got embarrassed yet again against Michigan. They lost 24-10. And then the other big game of the weekend was obviously the number three Miami and number 18 Florida State. The game, its final score was 28-22, but that's only because Florida State scored 19 points in the fourth quarter. It
Mhm.
was 28-3 going up to that point. Miami might be the best team in the country. They are pretty
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. Surprisingly enough, Carson Beck is playing some good football
Yeah,
these
I'd
last few
say maybe
weeks.
not the best team. I still think it's probably Ohio State. But yeah, Carson Beck is playing well.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, Ohio State is almost like a gimme every year. Like if no matter how much you like think they're gonna suck every year, they somehow manage to be number one every year. So it's
Yeah,
like it's between them and Michigan. Like it's just a toss up every year between the two of them.
yeah. No, you're right. Uh, Ohio State, yeah, that's a given.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't think Miami's been this good in a very long time. So Michael Irvin
No.
really
I was
love
literally
it.
gonna say since probably Michael Irvin was there.
Well, I mean, no, in the early 2000s, they were really, really good.
Who would they have on the 2000s teams?
They had Willis McGahee, Sean Taylor,
Sean Taylor.
Reed, um, the Andre Johnson at receiver,
Andre
Reggie
Johnson.
Wayne, both the Moss
Oh,
brothers,
okay.
Norris and
Mhm.
Santana Moss. I said Willis McGahee. Um, Jesus Christ, what can't it? Clinton Portis.
Hmm.
Um, there's a bunch of other P players. There's Samari Roll. I think
Interesting.
Antrell Roll, maybe. No, Antrell Roll, I think, was Florida State. Um, Greg Olson, um, Jeremy Shockey. I mean, the list goes on.
Good Lord. Okay.
They're bringing on the linemen that they had too. I can't even think of. Those are just some of the. Yeah, they were considered one of the greatest teams of all time. 2000,
Mm,
2001 Hurricanes. They were
I
good.
missed that somehow. Somehow I missed that.
They were really good. And then Ohio State beat them in the national championship game.
There you go. That's
Yep,
what they do. Always beating people.
that's true.
Damn.
But we turn the page to this weekend's games. We've got a lot of good ranked matchups. Wisconsin is not a ranked team, but the Badgers have homecoming this weekend against Iowa. I will be in Madison. I think we're going to tailgate, but I don't really have any interest of going to the game. Watch it on TV, but they're just bad. I don't feel like going to that. But some of the big games we got this weekend. Number 1, Ohio State travels to Champaign, Illinois to take on number 17, Illinois. With how Illinois and Indiana game went, I would expect Ohio State to blow them out as well.
Yeah, that'll be a thrashing.
Ohio State right now is 14.5-point favorites.
I'll give them more.
I would say I'm surprised it's that low. I thought it was going to be closer to 20.
Take the over.
Number 8, Alabama travels to number 14, Missouri. So we've got a potential for a couple, hostile road environments. Number 7, Indiana, 5-0, travels to number 3, Oregon, who's also 5-0. It's a big Big Ten matchup there. Red River Shootout now with Texas becoming frauds and dropping out of the top 25. It doesn't have as much juice to it, but number 6, Oklahoma, and Texas play at the Cotton Bowl, and then those are basically the biggest games. I mean, we got number 15, Michigan, traveling out here to Los Angeles to play USC. Both teams are 4-1. USC's not ranked, but that's a huge game. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to another good slate of games. We'll see if Florida's got another tough one against number 5, Texas A&M. See if they can stack 2 big wins and get to 500. But really looking forward to some of those top 10 matchups like that Indiana-Oregon game, that Alabama-Missouri game, and that Ohio State-Illinois game for as long as it is a game. They pull all the way away from that one.
Yeah, it's because I'm going to watch that as long as I can, and then I'm going to have to move on. I'm going to have to just stop.
Yep, that's how that one's going to work. But
For sure.
So why don't we flip to a little week 5 of the NFL?
Indeed. Let's flip to week 5. Another fantastic week of football. It seems like every week we've been having some really, really good games. Not too bad of weeks of games so far this season.
But I only went 2 over 500 this week, 8-6. So
yeah. It was a bad picking week, but the games were at least still good and still fun to watch. So we'll start with the Thursday night game. Both of us picked the wrong team for this game. We both said the Rams were going to take this one. It was the 49ers in Los Angeles to play the Rams. The 49ers do manage to bring home a win, 26-23 on the back of Mr. Mac Jones.
Yeah, and this one was crazy because it went to overtime, but the storyline coming in was like the fact that they're starting Mac Jones and they have no weapons. Like their top receiver is Kendrick Bourne, which I do praise myself. I picked him up as a waiver that day when they said that. And I was like, screw it. I'm either going to ball out on fantasy this week because of this, or I'm going to lose. I'm going to play him too. And I played him in both leagues, and I won both my leagues this week. So the waiver wire, man, you gotta be plugged into that shit. So that being said, Mac Jones, 33 of 49, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Do you have a quarterback controversy in San Francisco? Because Purdy got the big bag, but Mac Jones has them, 3 wins on this year because Purdy's been hurt. 3-0 on the 3 games that he started. And he's put up numbers like that. There's something to be said about quarterbacks resurging under Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
There's a track record here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I agree. For sure. I was thinking the same thing while I was watching. Now, as you know, I don't like my quarterback throwing almost 50 times a game. Like that's a
No,
problem. But the lack of the run game is part of the issue, right? You know, you have Christian McCaffrey only running for 57 yards on 22 touches. So the Rams defense kept the running game at bay. But yeah, Mac Jones is not throwing the game away. Like he's making sure that they have opportunities to go score points. And he was out there getting hurt. He was up limping and like falling over.
he's
Like,
going through it, man. He was
yeah,
going through
very
it.
uncoordinated back there, but he was wheeling and dealing as best he could, and yeah, they managed to get the win out in OT, which is to say a lot because Stafford didn't play bad. Like Stafford had a good game, considering his stats. Like he went 30 for 47, 389 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. But yeah, the Rams got a head start kind of a little too late in the game. Like the 49ers were on a 14-7 score lead right before the half ended. And then it just took the Rams a little too long to kind of get gelling and to get going. And by that point, the 49ers were just like, we got this. Don't worry about it. We're going to win the game.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
mentioned Kendrick Bourne too. He had a career day.
Hmm.
He had 11 targets, caught 10 of those targets for 142 yards. Didn't score a touchdown, but he balled the F up. So
Yeah.
shout out to Kendrick Bourne for, yeah, putting up
Yeah.
numbers and helping my fantasy teams. Like I said, I'll probably never start another game the rest of the year. But it's just one of those weeks where it was like I had a bunch of people on buys, and I was like,
Mhm.
screw it. This is either going to be a genius move or I'm going to lose because of this. And nope, it was
It
genius.
all worked out.
It
Yeah,
all
turns out
worked
it
out.
worked out.
Oh, worked out.
Yeah, solid win for the 49ers. And again, yeah, QB controversy, dude. Like, they're going to obviously keep Brock Purdy. They're not going to get rid of him after they gave him all of that money. They'd be stupid to do
Yeah.
that. But they're
What are you
certainly
gonna?
not going to rush him back on the field now. That's for sure.
No,
They're going to
right.
let him heal up as long as it takes.
You know,
Don't worry, Brock.
even if they're like maybe the doc has to sabotage him a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Write a report. Let's have a little bit wrong in
Yeah,
the
it'll
report.
hurt a little bit
He's
more.
not ready. He's
He's
just not
not.
ready.
Yeah, that they don't have to deal with it, the
Yeah,
backlash.
exactly.
But it's crazy. I mean, Drew Bledsoe, he got paid the highest contract in NFL history, and then got hurt and got benched for Tom Brady. So you
Are you
never
saying
know.
Mac Jones is Tom Brady?
No,
He was a Patriot for like 2 days, so
like 4 years.
it didn't feel like it though. It feels like he was only there for like a half of a
So
second, and then they were like, "Okay,
3 years,
goodbye."
3 years, I think it was because he was traded years 4 to the
Yeah,
Jag.
yeah,
So yeah, but great win. Um, Basically a team of just nobodies out there for the Niners got the W.
yeah. Handling business. All right, our next game up is our early morning game in London. We were in Tottenham with the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. And the Vikings somehow, some way remain undefeated in London. They win this game 21-17.
Yeah, Carson Wentz gets the W. Had a pretty efficient game for the most part,
Mhm.
and the Vikings might have a QB controversy of their own as well. You know,
Hey, another
with Wentz,
situation like, hey, don't rush JJ McCarthy back. Just let him sit down and rest.
yeah, Dylan Gabriel also did not play too bad.
For his
His,
first start.
yep, only 190 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Um, but Quinion Judkins, he's legit.
Yeah.
He's really
Yep.
good.
Yeah. He was
Uh,
running all up and down that field.
yeah, 23 carries for 110 yards. But yeah, the Vikings get the win. Um, just kind of just a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was something that okay, if you weren't really jacked up to watch it, being the time frame, you might fall asleep watching it. It was just a boring game.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. It wasn't super exciting. I mean, both teams were kind of struggling back and forth. I think there were a lot of turnovers in this game too. I think there were like one or two of them where I'm like, what is going on? But it's the Browns and the Vikings. It's Carson Wentz and a rookie. It's not anything to really be excited about, especially not like at 8:30 in the morning where it's on here. So, but yeah, Vikings win. Not happy about that because that's just making our division more and more stupid. So I was
Yeah.
really hoping the Browns would come out and win there. And they were it looked like they were going to. The Browns were up for a minute going into the fourth. It was like the last maybe 3 minutes of the game, and the Vikings just took the ball down the field and scored, and that was the end of that. But yeah. I think Cleveland's gonna be all right. I think they're gonna be fine. We know for sure that they're gonna be rolling with Mr. Galen Gabriel because they traded a one Joe Flacco today. He is
Yeah.
no longer in Cleveland.
He just didn't change states though. He just went down to Cincinnati, so he's staying in division, which is
Took a road trip. Literally just went down down the street. Yeah, so he's a Bengal now. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know what they're gonna do with him behind that offensive line. If Joe Burrow couldn't survive back there, I don't know what Joe Flacco gonna do. So
yeah,
we'll see.
exactly.
Yeah, that exactly.
A
All right, we're
show of
mm,
nothing. What he's going to
yeah,
be doing right there. There ain't
yeah,
shit.
not
So
much, not much. All right, let's see. All right, our next game up, the Dallas Cowboys went into MetLife Stadium to play the New York Jets. Dallas walks away with a 37-22 win, and I am so sorry. The Jets are terrible.
the Jets are really bad, and a lot of people, including myself, thought this was a game the Jets could get.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very
I picked
hard.
the Cowboys to win, but I thought the Jets could have snuck this one away, but
I mean,
no.
it was 23-3 at half, and this game was just over. They made it a little bit of a game, scoring 19 second half points, but still lost by 15. The Jets, like you
Yeah,
said, it's really bad all
yeah,
around.
not good. Not
Uh,
good.
Dak
And is
Prescott
it
had a pretty big game through the air, 4 touchdown passes. Um,
Mhm.
so Javonte Williams, 16 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown. So these uh, Cowboys offense is definitely playing at a pretty high efficient, at least these last couple weeks. Um, Clip that is efficient clip. So
Yeah.
not even that Giants game they scored a lot. So actually they have the. I think I saw something last week that the Cowboys had the number one ranked offense and like the number 32 ranked defense. So
Which is crazy. That's
yeah,
insane.
yeah,
That's crazy work. And yeah, and especially against the Jets here, they were scoring at will. They were doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. I don't think they had like one negative play like all game, if I'm being honest. The Jets just they're undisciplined, like ridiculous amount of penalties, and their defense is porous. Like they couldn't stop anything. They couldn't stop a catch, they couldn't stop a run, they couldn't get no pressure, they couldn't do anything. And if you look at Justin's stats, he went for 32 of 46, 283 and 2 touchdowns. That would have been fine if most of those stats didn't come in the last quarter of the game. Like for most of the game, they couldn't get anything going. Like you said, it was 23 at half.
hmm
And they only scored another 3 points in the third quarter. Like it was pretty much a demolishing of the Jets. I don't know what you do going forward if you're Aaron Glenn. I don't know what you do because you were hired to change the culture of this team. And this is the same Jets team as last year and the year before that. Nothing's changed here. It's the same team. I don't get it. And you do have Justin Fields. Like we know he's not a proficient like pocket passer. He's just not. He's good on the run. He's a good scrambling quarterback. Why not use that to your advantage? Your run game is super great if Brees Hall is not having a good game. Where are the RPOs? Where are like the plays for your quarterback to like get stuff done for you? I don't get
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, he had 7 attempts for 26 yards, but I think he should be running the ball more than that.
Yeah, I think so. Again, and a lot of those are like scrambles to get away from being sacked. Like it's not even like they're designed runs mostly.
Yeah,
Like they got to figure that out, man. Because 0-5 is not gonna cut it. It's just not gonna get it done.
no, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think
I just don't know. Maybe Aaron Glenn ain't the answer. Who knows?
They just say that like after one season, but
Here.
when you look at it from this perspective, it's like maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I saw a stat about them. They're the first team, I think, since the Super Bowl era, I think, based on what I read, to be 0-5 in the first 5 weeks and have no turnovers.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like there have been teams who have started 0-5, but who have at least recorded a turnover or two within that span. Not one turnover from that entire defense that they spent all that money on.
We were saying this about the Titans last week, but I don't know if the Jets can win a game.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. It's looking rough. And then what? Their schedule is like who are they even playing this week? Who they do they at least have a bye? Can they get a break? Nope, they got a game. Playing against oh my gosh. They're overseas again.
Broncos. Oh, yeah, there's
They're going
another.
against the Broncos. Yeah, they're going back to Tottenham. Oh no.
They could get the Panthers and the Bengals, maybe, and the Browns. They got some favorable next couple games. But this season's a wash otherwise.
It is. It really is. Yeah. I mean, hey, what can you do? At least you know now. At least you know now, I guess. Now you can just be like, hey, you know what? We can dust this season up, call it a day, and let's see what we can do next year going forward. Because you probably know for sure Justin's not going to be your guy, at least not the guy for the future. So if this means you get a high draft pick this year, maybe get the quarterback that you may consider your quarterback of the future. I don't know. They need to figure it out though, and then soon. All right, next game up is the New York Giants, and they went into New Orleans to play the Saints. And the Saints came marching in. They won a game, Tyler. They did
That they did.
it.
Um,
Yay.
call this to be a game that they could upset. And we were saying they've been
Mhm.
competitive. They've been
Yeah.
fighting their games, and Spencer Rattler
Mhm.
gets the job done against Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
But yeah, they looked, I mean, relatively decent. 26-14 is the final score. Um,
Mhm.
but you look at like the stats, even it's like I don't know how they won, but they did.
They
Uh,
won by sheer will.
these are two teams that are just bad as
Yeah,
well. Both 1-4. Two bad teams play each other. One bad team gets to win a game. So
exactly. Yeah. And that's literally all it was. It was just two bad teams going up against each other, and one of them has to win. It's just the laws of nature. Jackson Dart, I mean, I don't like his stats for the game. 26 of 40, 202 yards, two TDs, and two really, really bad interceptions. Bad ones.
mhm.
And he looks like a rookie who had just got thrown into a situation learning, like just playing football. So I think that game that he won last week, that was good for his confidence. But now you lose like this, now you go back and do it again. Go try again next week. Um, but if this somehow falls apart for the Giants now, I don't know what happens with Brian Dable and his job. I don't know how you keep him around, personally.
Yeah.
Him and that GM, if this falls apart, I don't know what you do. Because you got Daniel Jones in Indianapolis balling the fuck out. You
Hmm.
got Saquon already won a ring with your divisional rival. He's not having a great season this year, but who cares? He already won the ring. He doesn't have to do anything else. And then you got four quarterbacks in your quarterback room. You pick two that you didn't really need to pick, but they're there. It's like
Yeah.
it's a lot going on in New York between the
Yeah.
Jets and the Giants. I'm grateful to be a Chicago fan because they struggle. They
I've heard.
struggle.
Yeah, because both those teams are trash.
Yeah, they're not great. They're not great at all. But good win for the Saints. Good character win for them. I mean, hey, the sky's the limit for them now. They can go win stuff. They can go be the trap team for all these other good teams this year. They can go be spoilers. That's actually a fun little role to have for a bit while they're figuring out their shit. Um, but yeah, solid win for the Saints on that game. Oh Lord, have mercy. Speaking of Indianapolis, the Raiders went there to go play the Colts, but nobody from the Raiders got off the bus.
This
No.
game, I think the biggest blowout of the week. It was 40-6. Funny thing is, the Colts did all their scoring in the middle quarters. They didn't score in the first or fourth quarter, but they scored 20 points in the second quarter, 20 points in the third quarter.
What the
Uh,
fuck?
weird.
What?
Smith had another multi-interception game. He had two interceptions thrown.
One of them
Daniel,
was a pick six.
yeah, Daniel Jones just efficient, but
Yep.
John Taylor only 66 yards, but he had three touchdowns rushing. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, the Colts are now. Granted, the Raiders are pretty bad, but the Colts are looking pretty good right now at 4-1.
Yeah, they sure are. Again, a complete surprise of a team, I would argue, for anybody who thought this season was going to go a certain way for them. With Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson and all that controversy through the offseason. They're like, no, we got Daniel Jones for a reason. We see it. Don't worry, we got this. Anthony Richardson can back up and he'll be fine. But yeah, man, the Raiders, another team where what do you do? What do you do with the rest of your season?
Geno Smith needs to stop throwing interceptions. Geno Smith probably just doesn't need to play.
But here's the thing, Geno Smith has always been like this. Like back when he was on the Jets, he's always been an interception machine. He cannot take care of the football. And I don't know why. I think it's just a part of his mechanics, I guess. He's always been a guy who turns the ball over inexplicably. Like more than one in a game is outrageous. And then to put up only 6 points, and not because you scored a touchdown, two field goals, one in the first and one in the fourth.
Yeah, they're pathetic. There's about a handful of teams that are really, really bad this year, and the Raiders are one of them.
They are. They really are. So yeah, I mean, a wash of the Raiders. I don't know what they're gonna do going forward. I mean, do you even bench Geno? Like, what difference would it make? You just gonna put a young guy in there who don't know what he's doing? I don't know. No shot, man. No shot. But yeah, solid win for the Colts. Huge win, honestly. I'm sure they went home and laughed about that all night. But they are still flying high going forward into the season. Let's see. Our next matchup is the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers in North Carolina. Somehow, some way, the Panthers pull out a win 27-24.
Yeah, this was a back and forth game the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
very actually, when you look like, oh man, Dolphins Panthers. This is one. It was actually an exciting game. It was one of the better
Yeah.
games of the morning slate. I definitely had it
Yeah.
on my TV and was watching. My parents are actually at the game. But yeah, the Panthers have a nice fought win. I mean, Tua again has a pretty efficient looking stat line. It's just they can't string together wins.
Yeah.
I just think it's not their year this year. But Bryce Young, 19 of 30 for 198 yards, two touchdowns, one interception, but most importantly, gets the win. Also, big time baller this week, Rico Dow, 23 carries for 206 yards and a touchdown.
Yes. Yes. He was the star of the show. Like
Yeah,
it was his game. It was his day. That man could not be stopped by anybody.
yeah, he was balling out for sure because he got to start Chuba Hubbard out. So we'll see. They might have a little bit of a running back controversy in
Yeah,
Charlotte.
maybe. And that one is called for. That
Yeah,
one's called for
definitely.
sure. Yeah, good win for the Panthers. They're now 2-3. They were looking kind of iffy the first couple of weeks of the season, but they're starting to stack wins. Kind of. I mean, they did have a little bit of a fart of of a game last week, but they're figuring it out. They're figuring it out. I think they'll be all right going forward. Our next matchup is the Denver Broncos, and they went into Philly to play the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles and won. Beat their ass.
Yep, they did. Oh shit, I was even worse than I thought. I was 7-7 on the week.
Oh no. What call did you miss? Or what game did you miss?
Really, I credited myself with that. I forgot that they lost.
The Eagles? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
So yeah,
It loses.
yep, the Broncos get the win on the road. And it was a pretty hmm, interesting game because it was a lot of scoring for like the Broncos scored 18 points unanswered in the fourth quarter to win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
17-3 going into the fourth quarter, and they won in regulation. Bo Nix with the comeback. But yeah, the Eagles, like, they're 4-1, but you can tell like they're still one of the better teams in the league, but there's something wrong with them, and I can't really quite figure out what it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
obviously,
like,
Brown has issues about not getting the ball. I mean, in this game, he had 5 catches for 43 yards. Devontae Smith had 8 catches for 114. Saquon Barkley had a receiving touchdown, and so did Dallas Goedert. So A.J. Brown, I don't know. His day, this maybe is probably his last season with Philly. I don't know if they'll move him before the trade deadline or not, but he's definitely been sending some cryptic-y type stuff. So, yeah, maybe that's maybe just a problem. That's kind of like a black cloud over the team. I'm not sure, but the Broncos, solid win. They're now 3-2. The Eagles get their first loss. So,
yeah.
this league this year seems about as wide open as a year as I can remember.
Yeah,
With
as it's ever been.
much
Yeah.
better than anybody else.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
you might have like 2, 3 teams, and I'm just like, I think there's a pool of about 12. And it's just like every week we think one team's better, and then they show us like, oh no, any given Sunday.
Exactly. Yep, for sure. And then you had to piggyback off what you said about the Eagles. Like they're not like the Chiefs, right? Like you look at the Chiefs and they seem like a cohesive team. Like they always seem like they're on the same page. Since Sirianni has been in Philly, it seems like there's contention in that locker room every year. Every
Mm-hmm.
year it seems like someone's upset or like something is wrong between like relationships. Now they won us the chip last year, but remember there was still controversy about Jalen Hurts and Sirianni not getting along all year long. And they were
Mm-hmm.
like, the coach and the quarterback aren't getting along, but they're winning games. So I guess, that they should be fine. Something is going on in that organization that obviously can't be discussed outwardly, but it's showing up in the production, especially after winning a Super Bowl. Like the Super Bowl hangover is already its own thing. When you've got that on top of what's basically bubbling underneath the surface in that locker room, I don't know, man. And then yeah, you got your top two receivers who are like, I mean, we're still on the team. We're still here. We're lining up on a line of scrimmage. Like, hi. Like, come on, dude. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, we're doing our jobs out here. Like, get us some help, get us some work. I don't know, man. I think that loss is gonna come hard on Philly, I think. Or come down hard on Philly. I don't think they're gonna like fall off a cliff or anything, but I think it'll be an indicator of things to come going forward in the season. But yeah, solid win for Denver. A much needed win too, based on how their schedule was going. So it's a good thing that they won that game so they can take it into next week. And we will move on. All right, next up, the Houston Texans went into Baltimore to play the Ravens. And the Ravens were yet another team who sat on the bus in their own stadium. Didn't even lead.
Yeah, 44-10. Houston comes in and kicks their ass. Pretty much dominated the entire game. We know that Lamar Jackson was not playing. They are super, super banged up. The Ravens are one of the most probably injured teams right now. But damn, C.J. Stroud, 23-27 for 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
That's rookie CJ.
And then he had 1 rushing attempt for 30 yards. So C.J. Stroud had himself a get-right game. Granted, on the other side, you had Cooper Rush get the start, went 14-20 for 179 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Just a tough day for everybody involved with the Baltimore Ravens. Like we said, this is just complete and utter dominance by Houston from start to finish.
Yeah, dominant game for them. And yeah, Baltimore, like, yeah, they have nobody out there. And you can say that's not an excuse. Like there are teams who are banged up who go out and win games. Dallas is banged up too. They just beat the fuck out of New York, right? Like you should be able to put something together. Even if you lose this game, don't just put up 10 points and then have your quarterback throw 3 interceptions. Like to me, that's a team that's given up. Like that, there's no fight in a team like that. And you finally get Derrick Henry some carries, but to what end? Like who? You should have been doing that. Like what are we doing it now for? Like I don't know, man. The Ravens are not looking great. And what's crazy is that looking at their division, they could probably still win that thing by the end of the year.
I
They
don't
could
know. The
still win that division.
Steelers are good. I think the Steelers are really good.
Steelers are much better, much better than the other
Yeah.
three teams currently. But yeah, man, like I don't know, man. Baltimore. I mean, even if Lamar comes back, like I don't know what happens
I
if
don't think
Lamar comes back.
it might be out of it already.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Long season, but I'm pretty sure they said he's still going to be out for a couple weeks. So
Yeah, I'd keep him out for what?
pretty much shot here soon. So
Yeah, agreed. But yes, huge win for the Texans. They needed that for the confidence of their quarterback, who finally put up numbers like he did his rookie season. So good for them. All right, next up, the Tennessee Titans went into Arizona to play the Cardinals. And once again, Tyler, a domino falls. The Titans win their first game on the season 22-21.
yeah, this game was a wild ending.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing sexy about this game at all, but the way this game ended was insane because the Arizona Cardinals intercepted a pass on like their 10-yard line or so, and the guy fell, but he wasn't touched, and he fumbled the ball by the way he landed, and the ball then scurried while people were trying to pick it up into the end zone and was recovered by a Titans player, and then they, I think that was made it a 1 point game.
Mm-hmm.
But or no, then it was 21-19. That's what it was because it's 21-12. So then they ended up kicking a field goal at the end of regulation. But that touchdown that made it a game late should have been game over by Arizona because it was late in the game. And then the guy just being an idiot fumbles the ball. It was a pretty wild sequence of events.
Yeah, quite wild. And another like thing that turned this game around, that could have happened and Arizona still could have won this game if it weren't for a one Amari DiMarcado, who had a touchdown and slow walked into the end zone and dropped the ball before crossing the plane of the end zone.
I
I
don't
don't know
understand.
how it keeps happening.
Yeah,
I don't know.
what shit.
I don't know
Uh,
how it keeps happening. I don't know.
but their head coach um, for the Cardinals was actually fined by the team today because he actually hit
Mhm.
DeMarcado on the sideline. I put his hands on him. So I
Can't
don't
do
know.
that. Sorry.
I It's probably something that's going to lose a lot of respect in the locker room. My guess is he's
Yeah.
going to be the head coach after this year.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. I don't care how mad you are at him. It was a stupid thing for him to do. You can't put your hands on somebody. I'm so sorry. You cannot put your hands on another grown man on national television where everybody can fucking see you. What is wrong with you? You shouldn't
Yeah,
be doing it at all, but
yeah,
like have some decorum, have some control for yourself. This isn't like college. This isn't like a college kid you shaking around and throwing all over the place. Like, what are you talking about? You
exactly.
deserve to, like at that point, like I don't care if you would to lose because you don't have any control. And of course, like, oh, I apologize. I shouldn't have done that. No, you shouldn't have.
Exactly.
What do you think pushing in them Hindem is gonna make you win? Because it's not. It ain't gonna fix it.
Mm-mm.
Sorry. Whatever. But yeah, they're not gonna be good this year. That's fine. Whatever. None of my concern. Really happy for Tennessee. Really happy for Cam Ward getting his first win. Didn't play great, but you gotta win, and that builds character. That builds character. And I love how last week we were like, we don't think they're probably gonna ever win another
Yeah,
game, and they win
I know.
the.
And I just said that about the Jets right now. So you know
So
what
now
that
they better win. They better win this week. Okay, so that's the ticket. To get these teams to win games, we gotta say they're just not gonna win any more games. They're just not gonna happen, and then they win them. All right, let's move on. Oh, to a thriller. Oh, now this This is a football game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers went up against the Seattle Seahawks, and what a game this was. I was thoroughly entertained by this game. The Bucs do win 38-35, but it was close. It was close all game long.
Yeah, this is probably game of the week. Fireworks from start to finish for the most part. Two of the better teams in the NFC. Sam Darnold versus Baker Mayfield. So
former teammates.
Yeah. Former number 1 and then number 3 overall draft pick. Same draft class. So great game. Baker had 2 touchdown passes. He was 29 of 33 for 379 yards.
Nice.
Dude, balling. And then on the other hand, you had Sam Darnold, who was 28 of 34 for 341 yards, 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. Like these two are playing both at a very like high MVP level, both Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield.
Just goes to show you, if you give your quarterback time to develop, he might become something good. If you just give him a shot, if you give him a chance and not give up on him the second he has some level of adversity, look what they could become. Like if I were the Jets and the Browns, I'd be banging my head against the wall as often as possible. But you know what? To be fair, they would have never thrived in those teams anyway, because they're horribly managed teams. They just are.
Yep, and we've come to realize that. So
yeah, they're terrible franchises when it comes to quarterbacks and developing players and getting them the help that they need. But Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold balled out in this game. Yeah, the Baker Mayfield does end up with the win, but solid game for Sam Darnold. And Emeka Ibuka, is he Offensive Rookie of the Year or what?
He's already got it locked up, I think.
Bro, dude is losing his mind out here, man. Like I love watching him play. He's just as electric as he is in college. It's the same dude. Like it hasn't changed. He's the same stuff.
163 yards and a touchdown. We might be saying of all these great Ohio State receivers, he might be the best one of them all.
Yeah, right now for sure. And he's outplaying all the other ones.
Yeah.
Like he a rookie.
Junior, yeah. Chris Olave.
He's outplaying all of them.
Yep.
Hilarious. And then of course Jack Smith and Jigma right across the way from him had a pretty much identical game.
Yeah,
TD.
That too.
Yeah.
He balled out as well.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say about Ibuka?
Oh, that he's just literally dominating games right now. To where he's like the best player on the field.
Yeah, for sure. And Mike Evans is still out, right? Like he hasn't come back. So he is like, okay, number 1 receiver, I'll take that. I'll take that role and I'll run with it. Yeah, man, he is playing like lights out this season. I'm excited to see him keep playing going forward. They're gonna make the playoffs, so I'm excited to see what he does in the playoffs too, man. This is a fun team. It really is.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, great win for the Buccaneers, and again, good game for Seattle too. I mean, they're 3-2, but they are a strong 3-2. Like they're a really good team as well. So I'm excited to see what they do going forward. Also. All right, Battle of the Kitties. We got the Detroit Lions, and they went into Cincinnati to play the Bengals. And oh gosh, the Detroit wins 37-24. Okay, that score again, misleading because it's another one of those games where Detroit just belt to ass on the Cincinnati Bengals.
They just kind of took the foot off the gas in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
The Bengals scored 21 points, but it was far gone by that point. Jake Brown is, can't seem to not throw the ball to the wrong team. He had 3 touchdown passes late, but 3 interceptions, which is why they obviously made that trade for Mr. Joe Flacco today. So the Jake Browning days, I'm assuming, are done, which is crazy because at first, last year as well, he was playing well originally. He was winning games, and that has turned. Jared Goff, 23 for 253 yards, 3 touchdowns. Just another solid, efficient day out of him. Montgomery had 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 throwing. It's cool.
There's the
Like,
second running back in this week to throw a touchdown. I think Cam Akers threw one in London too, on like a trick play or something.
yeah, yeah. So that was cool for him because he was in his hometown. He's from Cincinnati, and
Yep.
his sister was paralyzed in a car crash uh,
Mhm.
earlier in the year, I believe it was. And
Yeah.
it's the first time that they've seen each other since then. So
Mhm.
that was a cool thing that he got to have such a good game in front of her and family. So good win for the Lions, but again, Bengals are putrid. They are bad.
Yeah, they are doo-doo. And it's not even really their fault. It's because they can't keep Joe Burrow upright long enough to save a season. So until they figure that out, this is just what it's going to have to be for them. So moving on. Next, the Washington Commanders went into Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Daniels is back. Jaden Daniels does make his debut back into the NFL after being out with an injury, but he is back, and with him, they do win 27-10. The Chargers, what happened?
I don't know, but
What
they
the hell
seem
happened?
the opposite direction of where they were at the beginning of the year.
What went
I
wrong?
don't know. 27-10. This game was had a lot of hype coming in, and it was not did not live up to the billing. There was
No,
no fireworks in this one. Actually,
no,
really boring game. So it's a good thing that we had that great Tampa Bay Seattle game going on at the same time. Um,
correct.
'Cause this game really didn't have a lot of fireworks, but yeah, Daniels comes back, gets the W. Like I said, he only had 231 yards passing, but Justin Herbert, you know, only had 166 yards passing. And when you think he's about to like take this next step, he'll have these games where it's just like, yo, where's this guy that's supposed to be a potential elite quarterback?
Yeah,
And you never know what you're getting with the Chargers. So they are so up and down.
yeah,
They are a roller coaster.
correct. Like when Justin Herbert is your leading rusher with 60 yards, what's happening? What's going
Yeah,
on there?
you're a
Uh,
coach team. Like he wants to run them. So I don't know what
yeah.
was there, but
Yeah, and then
yeah,
I didn't even realize they had benched Justin. They put Trey Lance in there for a series, and I didn't even know that.
yeah,
Hmm.
I think it was already.
Oh, that's right. No, no, no. That's Amarion Hampton got hurt. That's why. That's why. I forgot. He ended up leaving the game. That's right. So I was like, how is Justin Herbert your leading rusher? Because your running back went down with an injury, and I think he's actually out. Yeah, he's on IR with
Gotcha.
an ankle injury. So yeah, so there you go. I mean, I don't know if you can't have a good running back to handle the games like this. I don't know what to tell you. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean the Commanders. I expected them to win the game. Again, it was a boring game, not very interesting. Like I said, the Chargers did nothing for 3 quarters. They didn't score anything. They didn't stop anything from scoring. They just let the Commanders do whatever they wanted. But good win for the Commanders with Daniels coming back. We'll see what happens with the Chargers going forward. And now we will head on over to Sunday night with the New England Patriots going up against the Buffalo Bills. And I had this one written up. I was like, hey, this is the Patriots of Buffalo. Like, come on. Come on. This is Drake May and Josh Allen. There's no way. The Patriots won this game.
Yep,
The
that they
Patriots won 23-20.
Yep, and Mr. Stephon Diggs had himself a turn back the hands of time a little bit. 10 catches,
Yeah.
146 yards. Got to shout out myself there too because I picked him up in one of my fantasy leagues as well this week. He was available.
Okay.
How? I have no idea. But kind of this was a little bit of a revenge game for him. Uh, so
Yeah.
you can tell he was putting a lot into it. So hopefully that's the Stephon Diggs we get for the rest of the year. Um,
Yeah. He was definitely juicing that team up the whole time. Like it was kind of cool to watch him on the sideline, just be like, we got this. I'm like, okay, Stephon, calm
yeah,
down, but okay.
yep. So I mean, the Patriots are 3-2, right behind the Bills there, who are 4-1.
Mhm.
You got the
Mhm.
head. Don't be surprised. The Patriots are a good team. Remember, I picked them to make the playoffs as my final seed. So I
Yeah.
think there's something real there. Drake May's the future there.
Mhm.
They're things are looking good in New England, and I think I'm not too surprised, or any of us are really that surprised that it's this quick because we figured Mike Vrabel was really going to be able to get that culture back to what it was when they were
Yeah,
successful.
for sure. Yeah, it's a good win for the Patriots. And then that does mean that we, like you said, we have no longer have any undefeated teams in the NFL. The Bills fall, get their first loss. And yeah, 5 weeks in and no teams undefeated. That's unheard of to me. That's crazy. I think last year we had like 5 teams that were still undefeated that still hadn't lost a game.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm pretty surprised. Usually it seems like it's a little later in the season. We still have at least one.
Yeah, yeah. No, they said no, this year we're gonna have a little bit of a different kind of game going. Teams are
Yeah.
gonna lose and they're gonna lose well. It's gonna be good to watch. And speaking of losing teams, we're gonna go into Monday night with the Kansas City Chiefs traveling into Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Duval! What the hell, dude? Jacksonville wins. They win on the
Yep.
back of Mr. Sunshine.
31-28. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence
Woo.
didn't have the best game through the air, but he had two rushing touchdowns. Still had a lost and an interception, so his play is still a little erratic. But
Mhm.
and they get the win. And Pat Mahomes, pretty. I mean, he had 318 yards passing, but one touchdown, one interception. Just kind of like he did have one rushing touchdown himself. But I guess we just don't really know what Chiefs we're getting this year. It's going to
No.
be a week to week thing. Just when you think you've figured them out this year, like, all right, they're back, then they have a game like this. Um, like Trevor Lawrence's game winning touchdown was fucking insane.
Hilarious. The panic. You can see the panic that he said in his brain. He was like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Wild sequence. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I kept telling him, I was like, stay down. At least you got time to like the running of the play. Don't get up. He's like, no, I'm getting the hell up. I ain't been touched. I'm getting up. And he ran that thing on in there. I was like, okay, Trevor. Okay.
That
All
was
right.
that
Yeah.
was wild.
That was dope. That was pretty sick. And of course, the crowd fucking loved it. So, but yeah, Kansas City, man, nothing. They're just undisciplined this year, too. So many penalties for Kansas City, a team that normally doesn't do that. They're normally really disciplined on the ball. And this year, they have just been sloppy. It's sloppy football from them. And normally, where Mahomes can recover from that, he can't. He's lost a little bit of a step. He hasn't playing for quite some time. So, he can't throw the ball as far as he used to. Like that last throw he had, just kind of maybe try to get some points at the end of the game. I don't think it traveled 60 yards. I think it like right before it hit the like 10-yard line before the end zone. Normally he can bomb that thing out of the stadium. But yeah, he's
There.
got a little bit of a step back there. So I don't know. And again, he's not as quick as he used to be, not as quick footed. It can't really get away from pressures like he used to. And then of course Travis Kelce also has lost a little bit of his tank too. It's just I think the team is just getting older. I think the team is just getting older and they've been dominant for so long. It wears on you. It just does. You can't be dominant forever, especially not in a league like the NFL. It's hard hitting, it's violent, it's physical. It's tiring being at the top. It's exhausting, you know? So I don't know. Like, do I still think they'll make the playoffs? Yeah, but not top seeded. Certainly not. They're gonna have to travel for the playoffs now, which good luck. Good luck with that. But yeah, that's a great win for Jacksonville. Like that was fun. Like I feel like a fan. Like I like watching that game.
That's for sure. So that wraps up week 5. Who gets your game ball in the week?
Indeed. Well, I had a number of people I was thinking about, but the one I'm gonna go with is the one Rico Dowdle. I mean, 206 yards, man. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
in today's NFL, that is hard. That's hard to do. So definitely going to him. He had one hell of a game.
All right. And mine's going to a guy who stepped up on Thursday Night Football, started the week off right. Mr. Kendrick Bourne, 10 catches for
Nice.
142 yards. Didn't score, but I think he was the complete difference in that game and how they won. So Kendrick Bourne gets my game ball. What say you for your power rankings?
Yes, indeed. So we took a couple of weeks off for the power rankings because, we missed a week and we have to just kind of give ourselves a chance to bounce back. So my five is not entirely different, but it's different seeded for sure. So my five, I'm starting with the Jags. They're 4-1. I'm impressed with what they've put up on the tape so far this season. At four, I've got the Bucks. Right after that, I've got the Eagles, despite their loss. I figure, they'll be fine, but they're still top ranked in my mind. Number two, I got the Bills. And then number one, much to my chagrin, is going to Detroit. They're just
Wow,
unstoppable.
ours is the exact same teams. There's just one miss.
What? Which one?
Where the fuck is that? So number 5, I got the Jags. Number 4, I got the Bucks. Number 3, I got the Bills. Number 2, the Eagles. Number 1, the Detroit Lions.
Well, there you go. That's how it should be. That's correct.
That it should. Well, it's rapid fire time.
It is. It is time for rapid fire. We're going to preview the games for this week, starting with Thursday night. The Philadelphia Eagles are going into New York to play the Giants. Give me Philly.
Yep. I got the Eagles as well.
Fantastic. Next up, the Broncos are going up against the Jets in Tottenham. Give me the Broncos, please.
Yeah, give me the Broncos as well, but remember, watch the Jets win because I said that I don't know how they could win a game. So
They said, we'll show you. We can win it just like this. All right, sounds good. And next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. This could prove to be a really fun game to watch. I'm gonna go. Give me Seattle.
Yep, me too. I was torn, but I think Seattle's the better team.
All right, sounds good. Next up, the Chargers are going into Miami to play the Dolphins. Ugh, this game could be gross. I'll take the Chargers away. Why not? Well, the Chargers got this one.
I think I'm going to go with the Chargers as well.
All right.
Yeah, give me the Chargers.
All right, cool beans. Next up, the Los Angeles Rams going into Baltimore to play the Ravens. I'm so sorry, Ravens. Good Lord. Rams, please.
The Rams. The
And
Ravens.
get it over with quickly.
This is going to be a hard game to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's why I say just beat them and leave. Like, don't even just get it done. Next up, same thing. Cardinals, Colts, just win and go. Get it done and leave.
With you there.
It's done. Next up, the Cowboys up against the Panthers. I'm gonna pick the Cowboys, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the funniest games of the season of the week, with the Panthers keeping it close as hell for the Dallas Cowboys. I can see it.
That's why I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers getting their.
Yes. Oh my God, that would be hilarious if they won that game. I like it. Yeah, that would be so funny. All right, perfect. And then we got the Patriots going up against the New Orleans Saints. And I know New Orleans just had a good win against New York, but I'm going to go with the Patriots away here.
Yeah, this will be a competitive, close game because that's what the Saints have been keeping most of their games, but the Patriots are going to win.
Sounds good to me. Next up, the Browns are going into Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Steelers have been on a bye since having been in Ireland, so I am going to go with the Steelers having all that extra time off.
Yep, I'm going with the Steelers too. They're kind of showing that they're one of the better teams in the league this year, so playing pretty well.
Agreed. Next up, which is what I would consider a tank bowl. The Tennessee Titans going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. Ugh. Well, for the memes, give me Tennessee.
I go with the Raiders just because I think the Titans got lucky last week with the win. Yeah, this is basically a toilet bowl.
Yeah, I want the memes. Just make me laugh. Give me a fun season. A fun week. Next up, the 49ers going up against Tampa to play the Buccaneers. Hey man, this could be another one, another dogfight. Give me Tampa, but it's gonna be a good one.
It'll be a good one as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Next up, we've got the Bengals going up against the Packers. if Joe Flacco goes from Cleveland to Cincinnati and beats you again, I'm going to
3 weeks, yeah. I already thought that. I was like, oh, this is great. You know what? This motherfucker's going to come away and get a win this week.
I'm picking the Bengals.
You are, but I'm going with the Packers. This is not happening.
I'm picking the Bengals.
Packers are
They'll figure it out.
14-point favorites right now, which is crazy.
14? How kind of them. All right, next up, our Sunday night game, and it's going to be the Lions up against the Chiefs. Hey, man, give me Detroit.
Yep, give me the Lions as well.
Yes, indeed. And finally, we've got another Monday night doubleheader. NFL, hear me when I say we don't need this many doubleheaders of Monday Night Football. It is week 6. We've had 3 already.
Yeah.
We don't need any more Monday night doubleheaders. We have to work the next day. Okay? No more of this. And I'm mainly saying it because my team's in here, but don't do this no more. Bills, Falcons in Atlanta. Oh, give me the Bills.
Yeah, give me the Bills too.
Jesus. And then finally, my Chicago Bears are going into Washington for a rematch against the Commanders. And this team is different. This team has changed. We're coming off a bye week. Give me the Bears, please.
Yep, and give me the Commanders.
Bastard.
Oh
my God. All right, man.
You know, we forgot to mention.
Did we?
We do have the Major League Baseball playoffs going on right now, and there's a big series between our cities and states.
Would you call it a big series? You kick it our ass. Like
the Cubs are taking on the Brewers, and the Brewers are up 2-0 in the best-of-5 series, the NLCS. So the game tomorrow afternoon, if the Brewers win, they move on to the championship series. And right now, the Dodgers are up on the Phillies 2-0. They play tomorrow as well.
Ooh.
If they win, it would be Dodgers Brewers in the next round.
Dodgers Brewers. Ooh.
And a couple of years ago, we played them and went to Game 7 in the NLCS. That was in Milwaukee because the Brewers had the number 1 seed, but they lost. But that was the year the Astros cheated in the World Series. So I'm glad that the Brewers didn't make it and then lose to a bunch of cheaters. But yeah, I'm pretty jacked up about it. I really think that the Brewers' chances of finally making a World Series for the first time in my lifetime is a legit thing. So pretty jacked up about that. Also, because they have the number 1 seed and they know at least when games 1 and like the first 4 games of the next series are, games 1 and 2 are on Monday and Tuesday. And I'm going to be in Wisconsin, so I think I might end up going up to one of the games possibly with one of my friends. So looking forward to that. Obviously, they still got to win one more game in this round, but 5 wins and they're in the World Series. So looking forward to that. So NHL season started tonight, so the puck
sure did.
Speaking Chicago, the Blackhawks lost 3-2 to the Florida Panthers tonight, the defending champs who unveiled their banner. Got a win. So yeah, we're in October. NBA starts at the end of the month. College basketball starts next month. Like a lot going on here right now. Good time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Sports. Nothing but sports. All day, every day. Sports.
I'm with you. Love it.
Oh my God. Yeah, man, that does bring us to the end of this episode. We do thank you all for tuning in and listening, and we will catch you all next week.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thanks for listening and tune in next time. Take care.